Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I am updating my Lightning Swipe Werebear, which is now becoming a physical Swipe Werebear. And again, you're going to see tons of builds coming from this channel because right now I'm updating all 37 builds on actionrpg.com. As always, I will show you every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now what you're looking at right now is 900 corruption. We have made a big leap over the old Werebear. So the old one was Lightning Swipe Werebear. This is EQ Physical Swipe Werebear. So we have changed it up a little bit. And again, 900 corruption. The skills we're using for this build is Werebear Form, Swipe, Earthquake, Maelstrom, and Warcry. And what I love about this build is one, you get stun lock enemies, you do a ton of damage, you've got an awesome movement skill, but also most of the skills are automated. So after you rampage, you will automatically use your Warcry as long as it is off cooldown. Maelstrom is completely automated. You never have to click Maelstrom. Earthquake is completely automated. You never have to click Earthquake. So really what you're doing is you're rampaging around and you are attacking with Swipe. Very, very simple build. And again, very high damage numbers. You could stun lock enemies. Awesome movement skill, as you can see. And we are pushing almost 1,000 corruption. Which, by the way, if I had better gear, I bet we could easily get to 1,000 corruption. So basically, I just kind of ping around the map, get a bunch of enemies together, and then tear them up. So we'll go right here to the objective. Beat. And now I will show you some single target. Abomination, again at 900 corruption. And it's hard to die when Abomination can't move. Yes, A-Bomb is basically stun locked right now. And Abomination, 900 corruption, sir. You are dead. Now, what about Abomination's 900 corruption Harbinger? What an excellent question. As you can see, it's hard to die as well when the 900 corruption Harbinger also can't attack. Stun locked. As always, I got to show off some Aberoth as well. Aberoth, you can't fully stun lock. But for the most part, Aberoth also isn't attacking that often. We don't want to deal with that slam. And Aberoth is dead. So much stronger than the older version. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So now let's break down the skills, starting with Earthquake, and I'll try and point you in the right direction on what nodes you want to take first. Now, when it comes to Earthquake, it is automated from your idols, specifically Aftershocks. So you want to focus on Aftershock damage. Right here, we have 100% Aftershock multiplicative with stun chance, 100% slow, so all enemies will be slowed. Additional 75% multiplicative to chilled enemies, and Warcry is going to give you 100% chill chance, so all enemies you attack will be chilled. And then you're going to take chance to cast another Aftershock, so they're blinking all over the place. And lastly, you want to take increased area. If you have an additional point, put it right here. Moving over to Swipe. Every time you're in Werebear form, its melee attack will use your Swipe tree. And you kind of got a choice here. You can go up or down first. It really doesn't matter. For Aspect of the Panther, you want to max this out. This is going to give you melee physical damage. It's going to give you attack speed. It's going to give you health regen. And you get critical strike multiplier, which is doubled if you're dual wielding, which we are. You're then going to come up and get leech multiplicative, area multiplicative, kill threshold, an additional 60% multiplicative damage to slowed enemies. And as you remember, all enemies will be slowed from your earthquakes. Moving over to Maelstrom, first thing you want to do is come up and over and unlock Frenzy and Haste so you can move quick and get a boost to attack speed. You're then going to come to the right, turn it into Physical, which is also going to give you slow chance and give you 32% global stun chance. And it's easy to have 10, 15, sometimes even 20 stacks of Maelstrom, so you're going to get a ton of global stun chance. You're then going to come down here and get healing, so added health regen per Maelstrom, and all the remaining points go into area. Moving over to Werebear form. For Werebear form, first thing you want to do is come up and around on this tree. This is endurance threshold, rage on hit, but more importantly, this is how you automate your Maelstrom. You're then going to come down right here and you're going to automate your Rampage. It is very nice that when you come out of Rampage, you'll automatically roar, which will use your war cry and it'll leave a totem and you get all your buffs. You're then going to come to the left and get a 200% global critical strike chance. All remaining points go right here onto Rage on hit and kill. Last but not least, War Cry. First thing you want to do is come up and over and take a totem. Totem's going to give you attack speed based upon your passive, so you definitely want totem, and it's going to cut the cooldown in half. You're then going to come down here and get more Maelstrom stacks, again, automated when you come out of your Rampage and trigger War Cry. You're then going to come down here and get your Berserker, which is going to increase your damage and your attack speed. And then lastly, you're going to come to the left here and get an additional 100% critical strike chance and 100% chill chance. Those are the skills. So now let's talk passives, and we're going to start in the Primalist tree. We are logged into the game and I'm level 100, so we have all of our passive points. We're going to start off with some attunement and strength. This is going to give us health regen and some resistances. We are dual wielding for this, so you want Harmony of Blades, and we're going to take Hunter's Restoration for some increased health. 20 points into the base tree. We are then going to jump to Shaman, and you need 15 points into Shaman to unlock Earthquake. So we took Infusion for penetration and attunement. We are taking 25% attack speed with Fury. Again, the totem that you're going to be making is your Warcry totem, automated through Rampage. It's going to be up a lot of the time, and this is going to give you a boost to your attack speed. And you got 1 point left over, so I just put it in Tempest form for some health, shock, and chill chance. Moving over to Beastmaster. 8 into Yersin Strength for damage reduction and strength. 2 points to get Ambush, which is going to unlock Aspect of the Shark, which is going to give you more multiplicative damage on your melee attacks. And then 5 into Boarheart, which is going to give you Endurance and Aspect of the Boar for an additional 15% DR. Since you're almost always going to be in melee range, that's going to be 31% damage reduction from those two notes. We also, since we're stacking tons and tons of strength, you could easily have 150 if you really wanted 180 strength. We're also in Natural Fortitude, where we are very heavily invested in health regen on this build. So you're going to get increased health regen per strength. Now moving over to Druid. Man, I wish I had more points. I'll show you at the end of the tree. We are in increased damage with Primordial Resonance and Elemental Penetration. If you need more armor endurance, you can flip these 5 to up here if you want. We're taking Prowess, which is going to have Strength, Attunement, and all attributes. Increased damage while transformed and reduced rage decay. You could also take these 5 points if you want and put it up there as well. So you got a couple options here. Taking attack speed, critical strike chance, strength, and increased melee damage per point of strength, which you have a ton of. Health regen and health regen. Rageborn for 60% critical strike chance, 7 into hide skin, and 5 into impervious. I need 3 more passive points. I don't like that this is at 7. I tried to rework the tree over and over again. This gives us maximum health as endurance threshold, but impervious is just too good for the damage reduction, so that's just the way it sits. Those are the passives. Moving over to last Epoch tools, we're going to break down the blessings, idols, and gear, starting with blessings. Now, I say this all the time. You could always switch out these blessings for ones that you need. If you need more life, if you need critical strike avoidance, or armor, or mana, or endurance, you can always switch these out. That being said, the blessings I am currently using is critical strike multiplier, all res, armor, physical shred, and health regen. And just know health regen's the best blessing because we have insane health regen on this build, pushing almost 1700 life per second. Yes, that is correct. Now, when it comes to idols, you want 3 of chance to create an earthquake aftershock and a nearby enemy with a melee attack. 4 is too many. You can get by with 2, but 3 is the sweet spot. On here as well, we have increased health regen while transformed, and then we're just rounding out the other idols with resistances, health, and health regen. Moving over to gear, I'm happy to report there's nothing required for this build for it to work. That being said, there is some best in slot. Now, the first item I want to show is why this build is so awesome, and that is the new Primordial Gavel one-handed mace. And what makes this so awesome is if you have an exalted weapon in your offhand, its stats have 100% increased effectiveness, which basically means you get 3 weapons. Now, what you want to look for is a crazy nemesis, some kind of insane drop for your offhand. Because remember, your gavel is only as good as the offhand that you have. So on here, I put melee damage, melee critical strike chance, physical penetration, stun, and critical strike multiplier. And all those stats would be doubled, including the implicits. Absolutely crazy. This is what super boosted our damage. I absolutely love it. Now, we are using the last bear set. The affix on the gloves is very important. This gives increased health regen per point of strength. For the build, we have 150 strength, which means this singular affix can give you up to 75% increased melee damage and 450% health regen. We are also using the helmet, which gives endurance threshold per strength. And the body armor is not required. You can take just the 2-set bonus. The 3-set bonus is going to give you an additional 30 to strength. Some people like putting in here Paleox, since you have a totem, to give you some DR and some additional health, but I'm just going the full bear set. We are using Siphon of Anguish for leech movement speed and doom. We're getting multiplicative damage on melee with our shattered chains. These work perfectly together. We're using the Weavers dedicated of the erased for +5 to swipe. We're using Nihilus for an additional 2 to skills, mana armor resistances. And on here, I put critical strike multiplier. You could also put physical damage or physical penetration. We are using the last Nomad ring. And on here, I like this because it gives you cold void health and a lot of stun. So as you saw during the gameplay, we were basically stunning all the bosses. It just gives you so much added survivability if the enemies cannot hit you, and it's a very easy ring to get. Lastly, we are using Citadel boots. I've been using Citadel boots more and more, basically with a T7 hybrid to take care of the reduced bonus damage from critical strikes. And your bear is very tanky. You've got good resistances, you have insane armor, you've got insane health regen, you've got awesome endurance with over 2200 endurance threshold, you've got leech, you've got damage reduction, and you've got reduced bonus damage from critical strike. You're a very tanky werebear. Moving over to actionrpg.com to talk about leveling. Now, I want to start by saying that this leveling guide has been fully tested in-game and fine-tuned. So if you're looking for a quick way to skip the campaign, this will do it, and it is linked in the description. We recommend leveling guides up to level 60, and right around level 60, it's time to jump to your endgame build. And for this, I'm not going to do a full breakdown of the leveling guide, but we are recommending Gathering Storm, Warcry, Tornado, Werebear Form, and Maelstrom. And in this instance for leveling in Druid, it's great that 3 of the skills, Warcry, Maelstrom, and Werebear, you already have, which means the transition from leveling to endgame is very easy. There's also a couple of uniques that we recommend. Prism Wraps, Stormhide Paws. This is one of my favorite leveling uniques because you could also use this in endgame. Pride and Bleeding Heart. Bleeding Heart's going to give you a ton of melee attack speed and leech. So yeah, that is the leveling guide. Last but not least, let's talk loot filters. This is a newer section that I'm adding into all of my build guides, honestly, because I get so many questions about it. Now, I want to be clear. You can use any loot filter you want. You can make your own. You can use the universal ones that are out there that a lot of awesome creators have made. But if you want to use mine that I am currently using, I'd like to explain it a little bit. So here, first off, these red rules are for leveling. So the second you feel like, oh, I'm done leveling, basically I don't need yellow rare gear anymore, you can uncheck all of these boxes. But if you're leveling, these are great. They're going to give you the best gear based upon leveling from 1 all the way to 60 or 70 for the affixes you would want for EQ Physical Swipe Werebear. Now, as you move up, this is going to show you high-end valuable uniques, especially ones that are for this build. It's going to show you double exalts, triple exalts, T7s. It's going to show you Weaver's Will with 19 or higher, and it'll specially set aside any 2 LP or greater uniques. It is a little bit more of a basic loot filter. This is how I like to play. I want to see a little more than a little less, but it's still not like loot is going crazy. But again, the option is yours. Lootfilter is in the description. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new physical Swipe Werebear? Is there anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to take this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I've earned it. If I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. Again, don't forget to check out my new website, actionrpg.com. We've got leveling guides, build guides, tips and tricks, event calendar, news. The team is expanding. The features on the website is expanding. It's going to be very, very cool when it's done. Again, actionrpg.com. Last but not least, don't forget to join the Discord. Over 5,700 members. We do movie nights, game nights, merch giveaways, game giveaways. Right now, we're giving away an Action RPG hat. If you love all things ARPG, it's the Discord to be in. It is linked in the description. I'm done. Hopefully, you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.